About a year ago, I made a video on how to make free Lightroom presets with ChatGPT. And if you follow the world of AI at all, you'll know that since then AI has come a long way. So in this video, I'm going to be testing out how good Claude is at creating Lightroom presets so that maybe, just maybe, you don't spend $2,000 on Lightroom presets like I have over the years. All right, so I wanted to test out a couple of things using Claude for this test. And yes, I'm using Claude for this because, well, that's just the LLM that I use most these days. I'm going to use Opus 4.8, the latest and greatest model, which you only have access to if you have a pro or a max level subscription. If you don't have a paid plan or you use ChatGPT or Gemini or Grok or one of these other LLMs, you can still test it out. I just can't guarantee the results as I didn't try it out in these other models. The first test is just with a simple prompt to see how good of a Lightroom preset Claude will give me with very minimal effort. Hey Claude, I want you to create some Lightroom presets for me. I want the overall look of these presets to resemble different kinds of film stock. Portra, Kodak Gold, Superior, do some medium format, just a variety pack of film presets. Assume the presets will be applied to raw images in Lightroom. I'm going to upload an actual usable Lightroom preset so that you can see the format of the file so you can structure the files the same way. Go ahead and generate 15 presets. And here's what they look like. They're okay, I guess. Not bad, nothing special. Let's compare these to some of the ones that I made on my own. Personally, I like mine better as film emulations, but that's subjective, I guess. Okay, so for the next test, let's actually give it a style that I want it to replicate. So we're gonna go on Instagram and find a photographer and take some of their pictures, input them into Claude, and then see if it can replicate that style. For example's sake, in this video, let's use Peter McKinnon because, well, why not? Everyone knows who that is. So I'm just gonna screenshot a few of his photos, input them into Claude, and see what it comes up with. I wanna create a few more presets to emulate the style of one of my favorite photographers. I've uploaded a few of his photos here. I want you to take a look at them, analyze the style and colors, and create a few different presets that I can apply to my own photos to make them look like this. Again, use the same output format as before. All right, and here is what those presets look like on some random images. I actually think these turned out okay. Granted, the photos that I use tend to work for a lot of different Lightroom presets, which is why I use them. So your experience is obviously going to vary depending on the starting image. I found that there are just some images that you take that just work really well with a lot of different Lightroom presets. And there's some images that just don't really work with any Lightroom presets, and you kind of need to just edit them by hand. With experience and with time, you'll kind of get a feel to what those photos are. And it's why I've said in my past videos that I think it's still really important that you actually know how to edit photos by hand on your own. Sometimes what you can do in Claude as well is export an unedited version of the photo into Claude and then tell it to generate a preset specifically for that image. But to be honest, this takes just as much time as just editing the photo yourself. All right, cool. Now let's tell Claude to generate presets that would work specifically on iPhone photos. Because personally, I take a lot of photos on my phone, as I'm sure many of you guys do. And a lot of these iPhone shots don't really work very well with most Lightroom presets out there. So let's see how Claude does at creating these presets. And here are those presets. Again, they are okay. You can't really expect a lot out of iPhone photos in general in terms of editing them and tweaking the colors, but I guess these are okay. And here are a few more photos that are edited with a landscape pack that I had Claude generate for me. Some of these are actually pretty decent and I was impressed. But, and this is a big but, and it's the case with any LLM, any model, is that the output is really only as good as the input and the context that you give it. So that's why when I started this, I gave it a working Lightroom file to work with, because if I didn't, the Lightroom preset probably wouldn't work at all. It's also why you probably need to get really specific as to the types of photos that you want to edit and the type of outputs that you want it to give you. So that's why I got it to create a specific pack for landscape photos. I got it to create one for film emulations. I got one for just iPhone shots for indoor random photos around the house. Because every photo is totally different in terms of the lighting situation, the more that you can kind of group those photos into bundles and then get a preset made for that specific type of lighting and color, the better the output's going to be. That's why typically you'll see preset packs by season. You'll see a fall pack or a summer pack because those are all really similar in terms of the lighting and the colors. It's pretty hard to take like a winter preset, for example, and then apply it to a summer photo. It just doesn't make sense. Now, are these presets as good as some of the presets that you can buy online? Some of them, yeah, they're totally fine, and some of them, not so much. But this is kind of the case with any Lightroom presets that you buy or you generate, or just Lightroom presets in general. They're going to be very specific to your own subjective style. You may generate a Lightroom preset pack on Claude that works absolutely amazing on all of your photos because it nails your specific style. And the same can be said for a preset pack that you find online because it just nails that style as well. I'm going to beat this point to death because I think it's really important to say. Lightroom presets should be used as a base, not an end all. It's almost never, and in fact, I could probably even go so far as to say, I never just apply a Lightroom preset to a photo and then I'm done with it. I'll apply the Lightroom preset, I'll adjust the temperature, I'll adjust the colors, I'll add some masks, I'll do other things to the photo, and the preset just saves me time in getting that base style down. There's some photos that I take, I just know that it's gonna look good with a preset, and then I always play with the masking. There's a lot of people out there that are totally against Lightroom presets and are just kind of like purists when it comes to editing and think that you should do all the editing by hand. And I get why. I do think it's really important to know how to edit a photo from scratch, from a raw photo to the final photo without using a preset. But I think once you know how to edit a photo from scratch, I think using Lightroom presets can just save you a lot of time. I mean, I even have my own Lightroom presets that you can buy. I've linked them down below. They're $15. Buy them, don't buy them. I've even thrown in all the Claude presets that I generated for this video in that pack. If you're lazy or you don't want to do this on your own, or you just want a pack with a ton of presets. I also have all the ChatGPT ones that I generated last year in there as well. But it's not just all AI. I actually have a set of presets that I built from hand myself. Pack started as my own personal preset pack that are made by hand, no AI. But then I just added the AI presets that I had generated for my last video and now this video to that pack for free because, well, why not? Anyway, buy them, don't buy them. They're there if you care. If you don't, whatever. Hope this video was helpful. If it was and you want to keep seeing stuff like this, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on my next video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.